Good afternoon. I'm John Gubert. I'm talking to you from NeMa, and I'm going to be discussing regional developments with Ivana Gažić of the local stock exchange in Croatia. Ivana, you talked this morning at your presentation about the new initiative for a regional market. I know it's only just started, but can you look forward 2 or 3 years and tell me what your expectations are for the market?
Well, at the moment, we have three exchanges in SE Link. That's Bulgaria, Macedonia, and Croatia, who are also the founders. And we have interest and started the process of connecting five additional exchanges. I have to say, it was a even surprise for us that so many exchanges have recognized the importance of the project. So, being optimistic on what happened in the last couple of months, I think that in a couple of years we will be a respective group of European exchanges, not only Southeastern Europe, but to go even wider and have members from Western Europe and so on.
And how are you setting up the exchange? How are you making the rules? And how are you interacting with the different local exchanges who are members of your group?
Well, there is a set of rules which you need to, let's say, obey if you wish to enter, or you have to have fixed protocol, certain types of orders, and so on. But we are really, as the markets are very diverse, we are trying to adopt to the requirements of each new exchange. And the approach we are taking is very personalized, I would say. So we negotiate exchange by exchange, and as I mentioned also during my presentation, we don't have any special criteria to have the new market. As long as the market is satisfied to be the part of SC Link, they can be a member or they don't have to be a member. So it's a very, I would say, open network.
And can you just tell me practically how a user of SE Link, how they will use the market, and also how they will actually move into the post-trade area of settling the transaction and holding the underlying asset?
The members or the brokers can trade on SC Link if the exchange where they are members is part of the SC Link. And also you can see the real-time data and put orders only in case you have a correspondent broker in individual markets. And the post-trade, unfortunately, is the problem because the markets are extremely diverse and it takes a lot of time for our brokers to build the connections to settle trades in other countries. So in this respect, we see it as a field in which we can do a lot, and this is certainly, besides the acquisition of the new market, going to be the focus of SC Link in the forthcoming period.
And you were, I was surprised when I heard that Athens, for instance, had joined the market, which isn't a market which you think, particularly as a regional market, more logical, some of the other regional
Mhm.
markets that have joined. Are there any geographical constraints that you are putting on SE Link?
No, no, we are not. Athens was a surprise, I agree. However, we are very happy to have them. They are a large stock exchange with a lot of trading members. I think they will add a great value to the project. We are not geographically constrained. I would just say we are constrained with the capacity to acquire or to connect new exchanges, and also the fact that uh, the markets are somehow logically connected. If we would have, I don't know, a stock exchange from Africa or Asia, it would be culturally a little bit maybe different, but it doesn't mean that they wouldn't be a potential member for our network.
The EBRD has been the organization that has funded the development and sponsored the development. And you mentioned in your presentation this morning that the EBRD had also considered a regional CCP, and it has talked about it even over a broader region than SE Link. Tell me, do you see that as a logical further development?
Well, it would be very beneficial to the exchange to have a common CCP. In Croatia, we have a situation that the CSD or the CCP owner and the exchange are not owned by the same entity. And sometimes it's difficult to align our interests. And I think that the countries in the region are far too small to fund the CCP business because it's very capital intensive, work intensive, and expensive at at the beginning, at the end. Sorry. So I think that some sort of regional CCP for sure would be a benefit for us.
I mean, for a lot of outsiders, when we look at the region, we see a lot of infrastructure and
Hmm.
small markets, which you've
Yes,
alluded to.
yes.
Do you see SE Link as a step towards consolidation of markets as well as, should we say, interlinking of markets?
Everybody's asking me that, but there were a couple of attempts of the consolidation in the region, as we know, in the past, and it didn't really prove to be the recipe for blooming markets. So I think that this sort of collaboration that is not affecting the ownership structure of the individual exchanges, which are, politically and economically important part of the financial system, is much more easy to implement than to actually acquire the exchange or merge.
Exciting developments in the Croatian region. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.